My name is Travis Steiner. I'm the lead designer on SOCOM 4. Well, obviously there's a lot going into the game. First and foremost, we're focusing on more of a cinematic single-player experience, focusing a lot more on narrative. Also in single-player, we have new group behaviors for our AI. So, a lot of games you come across an enemy and he's doing the same thing over and over and over again, and he's not aware of what his buddies are doing. We don't want that in SOCOM 4. We're going to have enemy squad behaviors. This means every enemy in the game is working as part of a cohesive unit led by an enemy commander, and you're going to see them execute an array of real-world tactics like bounding, flanking, suppressing fire. It's going to mean the players are going to have to stay on their toes and also give them a reason to come back and play the single-player experience again and again, because it's really going to change. As long as we're making the enemy smarter, we want to give the player new tools to work with as well. We have a new feature called Command Mode, which allows you to customize your own tactical plays. You can essentially draw your tactical play, almost like drawing up a football play. And that's something great and natural for the PlayStation Move, being able to aim that at the terrain and tell each squad, each team of allies where you want them to go, what objectives to take out, and which enemies to neutralize. So those are a few of the great things. Obviously, we have a rich heritage with online play, and that's going to continue to be the case with SOCOM 4. We're going to have all new game modes, it's an all new experience, and we'll support up to 32 players. SOCOM 4 can be used either with the DualShock or the PlayStation Move. In the case of the PlayStation Move, what we do is we detach the reticle from the center of the screen and allow the player to aim freely. As the reticle approaches the edge of the screen, we turn the character. And then obviously that's in the right hand if you're right-handed. In the left hand, you would either hold the DualShock controller or the new sub-controller, and that would be used for navigation and certain other inputs such as cover mode. It's the full experience whether you're playing DualShock or PlayStation Move. You have access to, again, basic moving and shooting, commanding teammates, calling in airstrikes, the full experience, both online and offline. It's a different kind of experience, one that's just, it's very new to players, and I think that hardcore gamers are really going to dig it. I think the major barrier in the past there has just been precision, but I think when players try it in SOCOM 4, they will get excited about motion controls. But then obviously there's casual players. There might be some casual players out there that have been a little tentative about picking up a military, serious shooter. What the PlayStation Moves allows those players to do is wage warfare and command troops with the same level of deadly efficiency, and we couldn't be more excited about that. Well, we actually started out only designing it with the DualShock, but then when we learned about the PlayStation Move, we did some tests integrating it, and we were pleasantly surprised by just how well it does integrate into the SOCOM 4 experience. This is a whole new way to play the game, so there's a lot of things us as developers we want to find out in terms of both how the hardcore and the casual gamers are picking up the motion controller. Everything from just the basic moving and shooting to also just a lot of user interface, making sure that people know how to calibrate it and play the game from top to bottom. But already we've gotten some real positive results just seeing how an array of different gamers pick it up and use it in SOCOM 4. Once they try it and feel the precision of the motion controller in SOCOM 4, I think they're going to be excited about it. And depending on obviously the early previews of the motion controller, I think people are going to be really excited and they'll know just how accurate it is in a shooter experience. Once obviously the press have had a chance to try it as well, it becomes clear that it's not just a gimmick. It actually does make the game more immersive, and you can maintain that level of competitiveness. We originally got our hands on the PlayStation Move sometime around last fall, and that's when we first started doing some early tests to see how well it would integrate with SOCOM 4. And it was probably around December when we really knew what we had in our hands, that it was really translating well to a serious shooter experience. Up to this point, we have focused primarily on the core mechanics and the moving and shooting, because obviously in a serious shooter title, that's the number one thing we need to nail. Now that we feel pretty confident about that, we're going to start exploring a few other things, such as some action-based gestures. Maybe doing something like a grenade throw or come up and stab someone from behind for a stealth kill. That's something we're still exploring. SOCOM 4 will be available this fall, only on the PlayStation 3. It supports both the DualShock and the PlayStation Move controller.